Dashcam is a found footage movie about a kind of online internet troll from America who takes a trip to the UK because she's bored of her kind of lockdown lifestyle in LA and wreaks havoc in Margate of all places and slowly uncovers what might be a kind of demonic conspiracy that unravels over the course of one night as her and her friend take a kind of nightmarish road trip across the English countryside. We decided that we wanted this movie to be much more expansive than Host, which is the last movie that I did, which was all confined to people's houses. We shot it remotely on Zoom during the first lockdown. So, a lot of this movie was built out of necessity. We didn't really have a script going into it. We kind of worked backwards from cool locations that we could find where the actors were based, because a lot of times we're shooting in the actors' real houses. And it was really a case of like getting all our collaborators onto a Zoom call at the very start of the process and being like, what cool places do we have? What cool things can you do for us? It turned out that our special effects person, Mike Knights, um, owns this amazing huge kind of bit of farmland out in Norfolk where he was perfectly happy to blow things up, to flip things over, to do all manner of special effects. So it was like, okay, I guess we're based out of Norfolk then. Margate is where one of our lead actors is based. So we went down there and found all these amazing locations based around Margate. So we kind of built out from what would be convenient for the production, what would, allow us to put most of the money on screen. We wanted to take this, this quite manic LA based character and put her somewhere that seems totally kind of incongruous to her character, and uh, to drop this LA musician in the middle of Margate, in rainy November when we shot it, was just a kind of really fun juxtaposition. And it was nice as well having to see that sense of she's trying to run away from lockdown stresses. She's trying to run away from herself, and she's ended up right at the edge of where she can run away to. So she's kind of got to confront herself, or at least, create a whirlwind of chaos to get away from herself. We were driving in for our first tech scout, and I saw just cresting over the top of the hill this big sign saying Dreamland, which is this amazing old theme park that they've got there. With, I think it's Europe's oldest wooden roller coaster is there, but it's this kind of old styly, nightmarish theme park. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we've got to have our main character get chased by a demon around that theme park. Part of shooting this film was embracing the chaos of the character and the chaos of the way of shooting, and trying to get this movie out while it would still be relevant. It's a movie set during COVID times, and we wanted it to be a kind of a reflection on what's going on in the same way that Host was. So part of the fun of that was that we just got to go out and shoot on iPhones, and we got to shoot without the big we didn't have the huge uh, the kind of mechanics of a larger film shoot weighing us down. If we wanted to suddenly go and shoot over there, or we had a different idea for the scene, we could roll with the punches in quite a nice, kind of creatively freeing way. The craziest part of the shoot, and the thing that people probably have the hardest time believing, is there's a pretty prominent underwater sequence that happens towards the end of the movie where um, the car gets levitated up into the air and then dropped into a lake and starts filling with water while our character fights this demon. And we're a super low budget movie, uh, but I was insistent that we had to do it. So me and Douglas Cox, the amazing producer, sat down and we were like, maybe we could build our own underwater studio. So on our special effects guys' farmland, we built out of a kind of shipping container and a lot of scaffolding. We built an underwater tank. We filled it with water. We bought in heaters to warm the water. This was in the middle of this was January of this year, and then we lowered the car in on a crane, and we managed to pull the whole thing off for a lot less, and all health and safety checked and everything. But it was the most lo-fi way of doing that scene, but it works so brilliantly. I'm really excited to be going to TIFF, especially off the back of Host, which was a real, it was an amazing experience, but it was a really surreal one because we made this movie, we released it, but we were still kind of under lockdown conditions. It was released on a streaming site. We didn't get to share it with an audience until much later. So I'm really excited and nervous and all those good things about going and sitting and watching this movie completed for the first time in front of an audience at TIFF. Um, I hope I hope that people have fun with it.